Hello, welcome to Reframing Mindset Podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, now welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast. My name is Constant Books. I know this episode gonna, you know, since we're at the end of 2022, what Spotify usually do is do their Spotify Wrapped, which is basically some stats that I accumulated based on how well I did. I mean, how well you guys like the episodes, that I release. So I guess this episode is just going to go over it, just to see what we have done this year. Who would have thought? Yeah. So basically, in 2022, I created 2,141 minutes of new content. That's more than 99% that of more than 99% of other creators in the education category. Yeah. So I did a lot, bro. I did a lot this year. Yeah, I had a lot to talk about. Yeah, man. Yeah. My podcast, it was heard in 6 countries. I think last year was in 7 countries. This is more in 6 countries now. You know, United States, United Kingdom, Brazil, Canada, and in Jamaica. hmm Um, Between February 6th and February 12th, I had 133% more listeners compared than my average week of listeners. And then they pull up something to really categorize my my podcast fans. Now, based on how you guys listen to the podcast, they say you're enthusiast. Yeah, or you're enthusiastic about this podcast. They say your listeners are super fans. When their favorite podcast release a new episode, they're among the first to know, going above and beyond to show their support. Yeah, so that's basically what you guys are. You guys are super fans. As an episode release, you go out there and listen it, and yeah, man. So I guess so. Ideally, if you have been listening from 2021 to end of 20, we're at the end of 2022 now. You have to at least make some progress. You have to at least make the one progress. You know, you can't be listening to me progressing all this. I don't have made one progress. But I can't really knock you if you don't. But you must have learned something that you can apply and said, yeah, or yeah, I actually did that because I learned it. Yeah, man. But if not, the episodes are still there. So you have the rest of this 2022 and into 2023 to have these episodes to find some progress as well. hmm They say my podcast gained 50% more followers this year. hmm Yeah, so that's basically it for it. I released 144 episodes this year. 144 episodes. And if you remember, I passed the 200 mark like somewhere back, way back when. Yeah. I don't even know how much episodes I have though. But now it's a good amount. We passed the 200 mark. And yeah, I guess I can't complain. We made it this far. We made it this far. and 2023 is in less than a month. So things can happen. More things can happen. The podcast can grow. It's just that I need some. I'm in a new phase now. So I guess if you listen to the previous episode, I talk about time management. I have to get better at managing my time, so I have more time to actually can focus on expanding the podcast. Because right now, I have the ability to actually do some of the things that I said I wanted to do, but now it's time. Now it's more of time and effort because I, you know, depending on if I actually get employed, I would have the income to actually do it. Yeah. So yeah, you never know. So thanks for listening to the podcast. We made to end of 2022. Where we not officially end, but we made to December. Yeah, we did it. We did it. Can't complain. And me look out. You never know what will happen in 2023. Yeah. Thanks for listening. I look forward for the next episode. Mhm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
Episode is released would have reached officially 1 year. 1 year since I've been at this home and I'm still here. And we did a lot. We did a lot. Um, I accomplished all of the first year goals. The things to kind of decrease the cost of living to make it as maintainable as possible. And now, well, by the time this episode is released or not, I would have known if I got the job officially got the job or what or not. So I guess in future, know if I actually have the income to actually be able to maintain it and maybe put more improvements towards it. But regardless, I made it to the end of the year. I learned a lot. I did